action. We've kind of got a short agenda here we're going to try to work through. First, I'd like to call upon Commissioner Caleb Hollis to lead us in invocation, please.
God is everyone. Father, we come to you this morning with open minds and humble hearts, Lord. Lord, we ask you to look over our county, look over our city, look over our nation, Lord, as this COVID race keeps rising, Lord. Lord, we need you right now more than ever. Lord, we ask you to come to this meeting place, Lord, to give us the knowledge and the wisdom to make the correct decisions and the right decisions that's pleasing to you, for that's better for our citizens. Lord, we ask you this and others in your name. Amen.
So I'll ask everyone to stand, please. Our resident probate judge, C.J. Hudson, please lead us in pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. All right, first action before the board on the set forth agenda is approval for the minutes of July 13th, 2020 regular meeting. I shall open the floor for a motion for approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Do I have a second?
If everybody read, I'm second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, vote aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. All right, next order of business for the board will be our public comment section. We have 4 different, all 4 of these public comments, and one of these public comments,
Everything's pretty much public comments except for the courthouse roof.
All right, we'll start out first with the first on the list is Mr. Larry Hadden, who's had insurance agent for the county.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Hadden, before you get started, would you please, Ms. Hadden, could you please introduce Mr. Hadden to some of us the board members, so they're not kind of learning the other actually the board now?
Mr. Haddon, he is our agent for our dental and vision, but he's a man of many means, so I'll let him go forth with that.
I live in Metter and been in insurance business for 43 years, and all we do is employee benefits for county, cities, hospitals, schools, businesses. I mean everybody. And so y'all started doing this with me about a year ago, last September, if my memory's right.
Yes, sir.
And we put in dental and vision, had good response. I've been around a long time. I don't believe in pressuring people just doing what the options are. That means yes and no. Go forward from there. But one thing that we are specialized in is trying to put it all into one, where not one company necessarily, but one agent. Because of your people, your employees, are seeing 3 or 4 different agents. And so there's a lot of confusion there to a point. I don't care how good you are explaining, there's still some confusion. Y'all's business, every one of y'all, all of us are in different businesses. Every business has its own language. And so, you got this guy who's with them, and then the next guy who's with them, and then they drop that guy, and then they take the other guy, and it's just mass confusion. I'm not picking on your employees. I'm just saying that's the name of the game. That's just the way it works. So what we do is we started specializing a long time ago, and we're your agent. We go to the marketplace for you. Not marketplace as an ACA, but to the different carrier, and then shop your dental, vision, whatever products you're looking for. And then we put it all together, and we come back to meet with your employees, so to have one agent and then one cafeteria plan. Because y'all got a cafeteria plan, and I'm worried about the compliance part of it. So there's certain rules and regulations. That's a pre-tax plan, what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that's a cafeteria, right? I mean, everybody they've been around for a few years, but it's that allows your employees to pre-tax that premium. Okay, so there's certain rules you have to abide by, and a lot of times that kind of falls through the cracks. We don't need that falling through the cracks. So if you appoint us, we would do the shopping for you. We would bring it back to you, Angie, and then Angie, us and Angie, or Angie and us. I know that's correct. Anything I don't use that correct Angie there. But Angie and us would make a recommendation. We would, she and us to y'all. Okay, if we want to look at making changes. Then the other thing we would do is have one plan. Okay, So y'all's plan year now for the ACCT medical is July 1. So our recommendation would be to tie everything to July 1. It just makes sense. So then your employees, when they meet, they decide on the medical and the dental and the vision and the life and the disability and the cancer and whatever, all at one time instead of piecemealing throughout the year. So that's really what we're about, trying to be simple for your employees, simple for your employer, simple for your payroll clerk, and then simple for the insurance for all of it. It just all works smooth. It shouldn't be working and jumping around like that. And so I brought you, I'm sure y'all haven't had anything to do to read, and so I brought y'all, just a presentation to all this is. I'm not going to do this. I summarized it. Angie told me I could talk as long as I wanted to, but the sheriff had removed after 5 minutes. So I'm trying to stay within my time frame here. And but that's it. That's really it right there. Is we would bring simplicity where your employees understand what they're enrolling in. We would it takes less employee time off throughout the year. They're not interrupted 4 or 5 times in insurance, they're interrupted 1 time. Okay? And then they still get we still represent a bunch of countries, so that we get your best plan. If you and your best rates. If you choose us, our recommendation would be to go to a 7-1 plan year, and then start making everything happen. So we would do a short plan year. That's what it's called now, because what's the day? August 3rd or whatever day is. So we would do a short plan year that gets us from 8191 to 7-1 next year. And then next year we would do the plan in May or something like that for 7-1. And then going forward, it would be 7-1, 7-1, 7-1. You know, come out each year going forward from there. Okay. And we represent all companies. You'll see that here. Excuse me, we don't represent all companies. We represent all companies in the medical world. Blue Cross, Anthem, Humana, Cigna, Aetna, whoever I'm leaving out. Not 5. So it's kind of easy. And then as you'll see in the booklet, we represent a lot of ancillary companies, Guardian and MetLife and Unum and so forth. Okay, so Angie would have simpler invoices. Your people would have simpler understanding what they're enrolling in. There wouldn't be duplications as far as I got 2 cancers or 2 whatever. Okay, you can have 10 life insurance policies, but you don't need 1 medical, you don't need 1 dental, you don't need 1 cancer, that kind of stuff. That's where the confusion is, right there. It's not anybody doing anything wrong. I'm not implying that in any way. So I'm going to give this to Angie. This is a packet of what we would give out to your employees. This shows the plan, not meaning particular for y'all, but it shows that this is a worksheet that your employees fill out and then sign, where they'll know what's coming out of their check, they'll know what's being pre-tax and after-tax, and then there's brochures here on different companies and different information. This is not necessarily y'all's, this is a sample, okay? I'm okay on timing. Has everybody got any questions on anything?
I just wanted to make a statement too about this. That's just like our health insurance, our Blue Cross insurance went up almost 13% this year. And he would also, if we had an agent for this, could shop around and perhaps find us even better coverage and maybe less expensive coverage as well. That's something else he would be able to do.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we represent, like I said, they're not 5 companies in the medical world, okay? And we represent all of them. So when it comes up for your renewal, y'all got a 12 or 13% rate increase. So we would go to the other carrier and say, this is what the rates are, this is what the plan is, what can you do? Well, they may save you some money, and they may not. But you ain't cost you anything by shopping. That's just the way it is, okay? So I'm going to give Angie a copy of this. This is for she, and Angie, I apologize, I can give you that.
Thank you.
Are there any questions on anything? I'm trying to be short, concise, y'all.
Your service and fees, they come in on the backside, it's not in the cost of the board.
I'm sorry.
I said your service and fees are covered on the backside, but no cost of the board.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah, there's no, that covers a small issue there.
Everything costs.
Yeah, there's no cost to you, there's no cost to your employees other than, payroll deduction or whatever they participate in. We get paid on the backside, you want to say that's a good way of saying that. We get paid commission to represent companies. That's exactly right. Thank you, sir. And that says that last page of that book. But there's no charge to y'all to do the cafeteria plan to keep you in compliance. All of our services are paid for by just offering your product. Okay? I'm sorry to cover that. I apologize.
No, that's all right. But it's pretty good out there that possibly by you shopping around for us to save us money in the long run and no fee directly tax to it.
That's right.
They're paying you to make them competitive, basically what they're doing.
That is exactly right. And so what we do is just go, like I say, I'll use dental. All right, so when we put in the dental, we looked at 4 or 5 companies who give us the most, not necessarily the lowest rate, who give us the richest benefits, the lowest rate. That's a good carrier. And then Angie, we looked at 2 or 3 and Angie liked that one. So, yeah, so that's what we do. Yeah, and we don't mind being a steel farm for y'all, for the county, against the various insurance companies. If they say, well, I don't want to do that, well, fine, jump the lake, somebody will do it. And we don't mind being that steel farm for you. So, yeah.
All right. Well, what other questions you have? Well, we appreciate you coming today and give the board time to review the information set before us. We come together at some point, but definitely let you know if we can utilize your services further than what we already are.
All right, thank you. Now I'm off my time now. Okay. Who does y'all's EMS? I didn't ask Angie yet. But I mean, is it a county thing?
We contracted out now.
All right. I'll send Angie some information on this. Mass Mutual, one of our life insurance companies, came out with a COVID life insurance contract for $25,000. There's no cost to you, to the EMS, or to the employee. It's a $25,000 life insurance policy. EMS people qualify. Forgive me if I insult you by EMS people, just EMS workers. Okay. Hospitals, nursing homes, EMS, urgent care, emergency room. And forgive me for being morbid, you don't have to die from COVID. You have to be a worker or a volunteer in that product, in that program. I mean, in that service. And if something happens, it gives your family $25,000 life insurance. There's no cost to nobody. I don't make a penny out of it. And there's no health care.
That would be something from that to offer.
Yeah, I'll get that. That's why I wanted to ask that while I was sitting here, because I've been that thing before we started. Okay, thank y'all very much. Any other questions, sir? Thank you, sir. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. Yes, sir.
All right, going down the order, Ms. Shonda Smith has requested to be on the agenda. She requested a phone call. I think due to her being quarantined, it's probably the right thing to do. I don't think the board is interested in continually taking in public comments by phone call, but with today's stipulations and things all going on, I think this is, for the record, I'd like to say we're going to do this, but I don't think that continue to do this all the time, become a one-time thing. Unless someone votes to change it, we're going to do it all the time. But, Ms. Kirk, could you please raise Ms. Smith on the phone? Well, Ms. Smith, appreciate you calling in today. I appreciate you calling in today and taking part of our meeting.
More comfortable for me in my house and my family to kind of
Yes, ma'am, we're listening.
Okay, sorry. Well, that question is directed for, I know it's probably something different over the phone, but that question is directed to you, Chairman Cook, you, Commissioner Quinlan, you, Commissioner Joy Howard.
Ms. Smith, the public comment section of the minutes is for you to address the board with any concerns you may have. Any questions for each individual commissioner will be entertained after the official meeting. I said, the public comment portion of the board is for you to come and address the board about, any issues you may have. Any questions for any individual commissioner will be entertained after the official meeting.
Any question that I have for individual commissioners will be entertained when?
After the meeting,
Okay, y'all just kind of change things up, man. It's a lot different up there than when I was a commissioner. We had a citizen to come and to address the board. They answered the questions that citizens had. And it'd be a different story if y'all did not know. And if I was not on the agenda, that's what I'm on the, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm on the agenda to ask for a follow-up. So you should be prepared to respond to what I have been put on the agenda for, because I followed your rules, I played by your rules, and I contacted Andy prior to the time that I needed to, by Thursday at 5 o'clock, to let her know what I wanted to talk to you all about. So you should be prepared to respond to me. That's the purpose, right, of you having a cutoff time, so that way you'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday to do whatever research you need to be able to address concerns that constituents have when you meet. So I'm asking for a response. I'm not catching you all off guard. You had time to already discuss this. So I'm just asking the three of you, if yes or no, have you reconsidered? Lynn, have you reconsidered? Quinn, have you reconsidered? Mr. Joy Howard, have you reconsidered? And have taken heart? If your answer is no, say that. If your answer is yes, say that.
like I said, my number has not changed for the first 4 years I served on the board, nor has Commissioner Powell's when you got in the middle of the meeting, the last
I
meeting.
can't hear you very clearly.
I said my phone number has not changed in the previous four years where I served on this board. If you want to know what my thoughts on something, please call me at that time. But right now, we're having a official
Your
meeting.
phone number has not changed.
Nor has Commissioner Powell. Tom, I'm unable to sit there and wait too many questions.
Kashonda, this is Tom. Kashonda, this is Tom. I'm sorry, I'm speaking through a mask, so it's kind of hard to hear you. I think the board members have heard your request. I'm under the belief they're not wanting to play the question and answer game during public comments today. Yeah. They generally do as a courtesy to people. I don't believe they're required to answer any questions during public debate. What, Kashonda? All right, Kashonda, I don't need it. Kashonda, you can use whatever you want, Kashonda. I don't think it's going to get you anywhere. I believe what had happened was last month you brought up a request for the board to change the meeting time.
That's correct.
There was a motion, a second, and a vote, and it failed. And now you're wanting to rehash it again. I believe the board fully understands what you want. I don't know if there'll be a motion or a second today, but I believe the board fully understands what you're desiring.
I'm not asking for a motion or a second or a vote. I'm asking if anybody's gonna change it.
I'm just asking her to call a person in a long time, not, you're not official meeting. I'll be
Yes.
sure that.
Answer that, then, you know, silence it speaks way louder.
Yeah, I suspect we have your answer there.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Okay, all right, so basically their answer is no, they haven't had a change of heart. And, all right, so that's that. I wanted to follow up, I wanted to just check in and see the Chairman Quinn Buzz and, Commissioner Joy Powell have changed of heart, changed of mind, and would like to have submitted as more convenient time for the citizens of Treutlen County. Since they will answer, I will take it that, they have not had a change of heart, and that's okay. We just have to, take care of that at a later date, even if it's,
No one's saying they won't answer, they're just asking to ask at the appropriate time.
excuse me?
I said, no one's not saying they won't answer, they just ask to be asked at the appropriate time.
The appropriate time is now.
That's your opinion.
Okay, so what, so we wanted products, but I didn't request that y'all vote on it. All I'm asking, rather than you have any other one asking, so to address it publicly and not have to call you, basically, Lance, you're trying to force me to call you one-on-one.
I'm not forcing you to do anything.
I'm not wanting to talk to you one-on-one. There's been enough one-on-one conversation. That's what's wrong with this county. And all of these backdoor, secret one-on-one conversations, that's what's wrong. And so I'm trying to do things publicly. I'm trying to be transparent. I'm trying to make sure that the people in this county know what's going on in our public meeting. And, you know, you're not wanting to, obviously, you're not wanting to be that way.
I think everyone knows what
So
we're
why
with.
should I call you one-on-one?
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to. Anything else for public comment other than this?
Okay, so my second part is, I would like for you and your board, or one of you, since you always do the speaking for everybody, I would like for
That's
you
what the chairman
to
does.
share your plan of transparency. What is your plan to be more transparent? Since you want to hold your commissioner meetings at 9 o'clock in the morning with majority of this county is at work, what's your plan to be more transparent?
I think any request that you have for the board, if you put it in writing, I will have, Counselor Everett to give you official response from the board.
Why we gotta pay a lawyer, this kind of money to respond to me when y'all are commissioners and you can respond to me?
But I
Why we
thought-
gotta pay a lawyer?
That's what we paid to do.
Really?
Yep.
Now, you've made plenty of complaints about what the lawyer makes and things like that, but now you wanna have the lawyer to respond to a simple question from a constituent?
I have not made no complaint.
You've had plenty of complaints, Lance, about what the attorney makes this.
I would say, Ms. Mayor, Ms.
That's not what I'm discussing. Now, that right there, you can stop these lies.
Well, you're, I'm not,
Complain about how much money you make, you've done it in the business.
I'm not saying, Tom, this is not
let
how
me
we
answer that. Can I answer that for a second?
This is not, this is not public county business.
This is going off the rails.
Okay, let me speak on this.
I can't hear you.
Ms. Smith, Commissioner Howard.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner Hall.
Okay, first I want to say that Commissioner Quinn, he's not here today, so I did want to point that out to you. He's not here.
Is that work?
I'm not sure, but he's not here. He, called last week, I think, and spoke to the clerk and said that he won't be here today.
Oh, okay.
But my, one thing that I wanted to say, and I knew you was gonna be on the agenda today, I did talk with Miss Angie last week, and what I would like to see, because the meetings are at 9 o'clock, it was a 3-2 vote on that. One thing that I would like to see is our website to become updated and the meetings to be recorded. Now, we will have to find, a way to record the meetings, and once that website is updated, we can put the meetings on the website. I know it has been talked about maybe putting it on Facebook. Me personally, I don't want it on Facebook. I think Facebook is not used for what it's intended to. But I would like to see it on our website. next month, we are going to, do the meetings via Zoom. And that way, if someone wants to be on the agenda, they can be on the agenda through Zoom. And after, it's okay for us to come back in without the social distancing, then I will make sure that the meetings are put on the website. That's one thing that I would like to see.
Thank you so much. That is definitely going in the direction of I appreciate that.
You sure how to form this, Smith?
Okay, all right. But, excuse me. So, well, that was, if I didn't receive a plan for transparency, does anybody else have anything to add as far as some things that you feel like can be done to be more transparent?
Again, if you would get official request into the board, I will have it down.
Again, I requested to be on the agenda.
Again, this is not 21 questions. This is a public comment. Make your comment and be done with it.
Okay, yeah, see, now we're wasting time. All right.
It's called public comment. It's not public questionnaire time.
The July meeting, because they will get an attempt to America, okay? So that lets me know that you have the opportunity and the capability of being able to upload the meeting via YouTube. So, so I have three suggestions to you all. One was what Commissioner Hollis just suggested, to do your meeting via Zoom or via YouTube Live or via some type of way to where those of us can come, those meetings are recorded, we can go back and watch, or we can participate from home, on the phone, or, chiming in some other type of way. Secondly, I feel like the minutes need to be uploaded somewhere from that website. Commissioner Hollis sounds really good. A good place for people to be able to go online if it's not there, but it just needs to be somewhere where the citizens of that county can go and look at before the meeting, what's on the agenda, before, and then after the meeting, and I know you have a certain amount of days, but after the meeting, uploading those minutes and uploading that Zoom or that YouTube or that whatever it is, the way that you decide to record. So definitely, I just wanted to request some things on behalf of myself and on behalf of the constituents of this county to show that, you guys are being transparent. What platform you use, you already told me you use the website. And yeah, so then, as far as other things that we have concerns with, we'll just have to, take that up at a later date. But thank y'all so much for your concern. And I also want to thank, some of the commissioners, guys, for your lack of concern. It has totally shook me. It has totally woke me up. And I was just everything I can to insult people, to shake them up, and to wake them up, just to make them pay a little closer attention to the way that things are being done. So thank y'all so much. Does anybody have any questions for me before I hang up?
Yeah, I'll listen to you for about 15 minutes and I'll ask you a question if I can. All you really need to do is after the meeting.
Say it again.
Never mind. I'll do it after the meeting at the appropriate time. Thank you for your call. Ian.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I got a question. Did she say something was put on Facebook last month's meeting or something?
Yes.
Okay, so you did that. If somebody did that, put it on Facebook, but did that come from your office, actually? Did you?
Sure did. I had it posted on my Lance Lewis, Commissioner Lewis Facebook page because it was going around that someone showed up with a public comment and was not treated fairly. So that was uploaded for everyone to hear. Out of transparency, I know one was not treated fairly. And until we get the Zoom and stuff going, this meeting here, we're probably going to put it off.
Okay, so I don't have Facebook, but anyway, Angie, is it any way that you put the June meeting on there?
Yes.
We can back up and put what we have.
Okay, all right.
If anyone requests. The only reason that was uploaded because there was a lot of people I was saying someone did not get treated fairly, I wanted that message to speak.
But I'm requesting that in June, I guess I would say on our Facebook, I don't ever know, but.
But we do this thing proper, like Commissioner Hollis said, going forward, we'll take all that out of it. But it all takes money.
But I would like to June.
This week, here.
The June meeting.
Now, the whole July meeting wasn't, no, that wasn't put on Facebook, the whole meeting wasn't.
Okay, but you could put certain parts on there or something?
The whole meeting
The whole meeting was on there.
It was on Facebook.
It was created, we had to create I had to download a converter, and the only way, because the meetings they're long, so they were so big, I had to convert it, and the only way I was able to do it was to create it into an audio for YouTube. So then you can go to YouTube and copy that link into anywhere. You could go onto it and copy it and post it on your page if you wanted to. Anyone could. But it was just an audio of the July meeting on YouTube is what it was. That's the way I was able to convert to get it where you could make a link for it.
So who pays for that on?
It's free. Oh, is that what you said? Who pays for it?
Facebook page?
I haven't posted on Commissioner, not Commissioner.
Oh, yeah. But we could do something like that, which I would not do it on Facebook, I would do it on the website.
But we don't have another way to get that out.
But I was just saying, if you're gonna do that, we need to put it on just one specific page, not just a commission page. I mean, that's just being fair to all of us. If we just make our own Facebook page and put it on there, I like that better. I don't want my Facebook myself personally.
Well, that's not my first choice, but since we don't have a commissioner's page.
But that's fine, but I'm just saying in the future, I just rather want to have our own.
What y'all do is spend the money, spend the money on the website.
I would rather on the website. We're gonna get the website updated anyway, so let's put it on the website.
Okay, I guess that ends our public comment portion of the meeting today. And again, I want to advise people in the public comment portion is geared toward the board here from concerns of the citizens. You know, it's not a questionnaire portion of the meeting because one, it's a new subject. You know, it's not fair to say you come in with a concern that I have no previous knowledge of, and you come in and ask me questions that I may not know or have a chance to do any research or anything behind before I start shooting answers on. So that's why it's not a questionnaire portion of the meeting. You know, if you want to have a questionnaire or something for the board, you know, my phone's relevant, everyone up there's phone's relevant, you know, that's the time for the question. Other than that, we'll go on to the Commissioner Hollis question on the agenda about our dumpster situation.
As we all know, there's some issues with our dumpsters, with our dumpsters within the county. I've contacted 3 counties, and I think Commissioner, she knows the Toombs County that I can, contact on how they do their dumpsters. The 3 counties that I contacted, they were about our population, Marion County, Taylor County, and Montgomery County. And I think, Commissioner Hood spoke about Montgomery County in one of our previous meetings. Out of those 3 counties, one county is still trying to decide about their dumpster sites right now, Taylor County. I talked to another county, they are doing, curbside, just as our city does. They will put dumpsters out in front of residents' homes. And they contract service out to come pick up the trash. A portion of the fees goes back into the county. So that's one thing that, that's one suggestion. I know we talked about previous meeting and a lot of residents may not want to have the ad service. So that's one. Another I talked to, and like I said, Commissioner Hood spoke about this previously was Montgomery County. They have 5 different sites. Commissioner Hood, you can help me with this one. They have 5 different sites, and in those sites, they have 5 containers. They have one Those sites are manned. Those sites are from maybe 1 to 5 in the evening. So you will have specific times to come to those sites to put your trash in, and then they'll take it out to landfill, as we do now. So that's one. The thing about that is, you have to come at a particular time. So you may not make it to, if we have a site in local area that closed, you might have to go to Gila Springs or somewhere, wherever the dumpster sites are. So that's one. Another option that we have tried was putting the cameras up. Well, we all know the cameras were stolen. One, we could probably put the cameras back up, try to get those manned by somebody. Somebody throwing trash out they're not supposed to, they get a ticket and they pay for it. So those are some options that I came up with. Like I said, Commissioner Hill, she talked to Toombs County.
Yes, I thought Toombs County and Montgomery County. I like, well, yeah. And I like Toombs County setup. It's really good. My thing is, I know people, I talked to people, somebody in every district, and they are not interested in getting another fee that they have to pay for services. So I think a public hearing would be good. But I don't think we need to be looking at something where they gotta pay additional fees for anything.
Those are just options that I came up with after talking to different counties. Now, at this time, I would suggest that we do have a public hearing so we can have the residents come in and give their input on it. But those are just some options that were thrown to me that I want to go to you all and to who all was here. But I would like to, next step, we'll have a public hearing.
The only input that I've had for the dumpsters are going is eliminating the problem from the community is the camera. But the thing of it is, like on the camera, if we put them back where we have previous, the same thing's gonna happen when they're gonna get destroyed, they're gonna get stolen. And there again, you're gonna have to have, if you put the cameras up, if you don't enforce it, you're not getting any cleaning up or anything as far as that goes. It's gonna have to be enforced.
Speaking of the cameras, I think I had talked with the sheriff about the cameras before, and he said it worked pretty good for a little while until he got missing or whatever. But I think the camera thing is pretty good. We need one camera here and one somewhere else, I think, in the same area. That may be just a starting point until we can figure out exactly. I'm just totally against anybody paying having to pay more fees for anything. But he said they did write tickets. I've been kind of paying attention, kind of looking at the dumpsters on City Road, and I'm kind of thinking it may be folks mostly from Montgomery County coming in too. So I think the camera thing would be a good thing to start out, to go ahead and start on until we make a decision.
That's the same thing we have a problem with out in Luther. You got people coming from Harness County, Wheeler County, Montgomery County, going there, remodeling houses, material, and all in our dumpsters. It costs in our county just to get rid of it.
I think, in the interim, to decide where we're gonna go with dumpsters, I think, camera situation is probably the best thing to try to help us with right now. I do think though, if we do it, we need to kind of upgrade to, instead of just going the camera out. I think the board needs to go ahead and fund it properly, and let's go ahead and make a motion and pass the funding for some camera purchases, but not just buy the camera poles, get some cameras that time they're active. I mean, the technology of cameras is coming out now, there's stuff out there now that the time the camera takes a picture, it's sent somewhere. That way we have a documentation of who's doing what real live at that time, and also have a camera on the camera and get creative with it. It's like every other problem, it just takes a little money to fix it. It's just how much money the board is willing to spend toward it. So, if y'all want to look at
and then if it don't work, we'll come back and just do the public hearing. But let's try this first.
I'd like to know what it's going to cost before we do decide who first, before we have an idea.
Well, I'll get Josh to do some research, he's pretty good at this kind of stuff, and what it would cost to camera, and I'll get this engine sent email out there for our decision. If y'all want to move forward with it, we'll go ahead and get it in place and approve this new year next year. All right, next thing on the agenda for the board is our courthouse roof update. We have a email here from Mr. Shane Gilwood. He's named out here from out of the county here what's going on. Our splosh money, so it's coming to splosh. A lot of it we have allocated for those repairs that need to be done to our courthouse. And these people here, they come and address the board probably close to a year now, and introduce their product, and they're gonna help us go through the bid process of getting our courthouse roof where it needs to be. They've spent a lot of money spent on top of that thing throughout the years, but not that I know of that's really been put like it needs to be. This is supposed to be for like a 30-year, 10-year roof warranty on these people. But his email reads, "Good afternoon, I hope you all are well. I'm recovering and quarantining for another week, but I'm anxious, as I'm sure you are, to get the roof project moving. We have prepared specifications and bidding documents that are almost complete. I'd like to set up a day a week post-quarantine to come down and help you load information to the procurement website. Like our conversation yesterday, time allows for the board to take place mid-September. Project begin right after." And this email from him and this Angie about getting stuff. So that's where we're at. We're a courthouse roof.
If y'all remember his whole family, all of them, his wife and his children all had the virus, the COVID virus.
And then on to our, anyone have any questions? Then on to our July balances. I have a fund sheet here. Regular account general fund is $1,936,679. Still have a CD in place, crime victim funds and drug abuse funds, drug seizures, it's all spelled out. And you see that you gotta get our splosh or is that 2013 splosh, that old splosh or the new splosh?
That's the old one.
Where's the new splosh?
Did I not? I'm sorry, I'll send that out to y'all. I didn't mean
We need to
to.
get it out, that's not on here.
I'll get that to y'all.
I got a question.
Just now.
Is anyone still calling me in the regular account?
Yes, ma'am, there is. We have to wait on some checks to clear before we can, we still have some outstanding checks that have not cleared yet. So we have to wait on those before we can move all of the money over. And also, the financial report's not there right now because, of course, Saturday was the first, so we hadn't got our statements yet. But I'll get that to y'all by the end of this week.
Well, we can never get that to us, either.
No, ma'am, but we did the, I just thought with the budget, but if y'all want it, did I? I was thinking I did have it last month. I think we did, but if not, I can resend it to you. We did because we were talking about how it was over just a little bit like the 2%, remember? And it was because we were waiting on, we still had some deposits and cleanup to get through.
There's not any more questions for the board, I open the motion for adjournment.
Well, before we adjourn, I know Amy said, do you have any updates on anything?
I'll make a motion for adjournment.
Second.
Second.
Any further discussion?